Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Mountain Standard Time. My name's Rob, and on the wrist tonight, guys, we have a very special World War II era Pierce chronograph. Very special watch. I'm going to do a review on this in the future. Very cool. All right, guys, well, this video is all about the RedBar in Denver that happened last night. I went around and took video footage of most of the watches. All the guys were great. They were happy to show me their watches and let me video them for you, for my channel. So guys, stick around to the very end because the heavy hitters at the very end of this video, wow. But it's a nice progression of all these beautiful watches throughout the evening. So buckle up, check it out, and let's roll that beautiful beam footage. All right, first for the evening was the Cartier Santos in the large case. Wow, guys, I'm in trouble. Really impressed with the sports look of this watch, and yet it's very adaptable to a dress watch. And guys, here we have a Rolex Submariner 5513 as worn by Roger Moore in Live and Let Die. And accompanying that 5513 was his date, this Titus, which was an ETA movement. And the cool thing about this watch is it has radium markers. So he's slowly trying to kill his girlfriend here. All right, next up we have a vintage Rolex GMT Master 2 here in the Pepsi. He also had the Coke bezel and the all black bezel along with that watch. Very neat. And accompanying that was also the Rolex Explorer in the 36 millimeter. Very nice. And also in his collection was a Zenith El Primero Rainbow. Man, this that dial just stands out. The last watch in his collection here is a Grand Seiko Gmt with a very cool ivory white dial. Very nice. That's in stainless steel. And not to be outdone was the guy right next to him with the exact same watch in a different leather strap. So there you go. And guys, here's the Omega Seamaster James Bond edition. Will that movie ever come out? Jeez. And you can tell this guy's an Omega fan with his Dark Side of the Moon Speedmaster. Beautiful watch. Wow, just really cool dial. A little bit of skeletonization there, and you flip it over and you just see that beautiful movement with the darker gears and drivetrain and everything than the normal Speedmaster. So neat. All right, guys, here, first for the channel is a Ming. There's been a lot of talk about these Mings and how they've started off pretty cheap, and now you can't even buy the suckers. This one was a diver. Very neat. Interesting lugs. The back of the case was really weird too. It had this like soft membrane, almost like a leather feel to it. I don't know why we had to do that, but Ming went with it and they sell out within days, within minutes. All right, here we have a special limited edition Panerai. This is the Jimmy Chin limited edition. Who's Jimmy Chin, you might ask? Well, he's pretty much everything badass about the outdoors. This guy was he's a professional photographer, movie maker, outdoorsman. He skied down Mount Everest and he produced and filmed that movie Free Solo where that climber climbed El Capitan without ropes in Yosemite. Great movie, hell of a nail biter of a movie. So there it is, Jimmy Chin. Here we have one of the newest G-Shocks that Casio has made. This one apparently is one of those fitness trackers that help you monitor your distance traveled and calories burned and what your libido level's at. Here we have a Rolex that we don't see very often. This one is the Rolex Sky Dweller. One of the more complicated watches that Rolex has with their movements and everything. You can see there it's got the date with the Cyclops magnifier and a way to track that second time zone there with the lower register. Very cool. Yeah, just wow, if you can get your hands on one of these, congratulations, you've won the lottery, or you're doing quite well in life. Not to be outdone by that Sky Dweller, we have here the Patek Philippe Aquanauts 5168G. This one is let's say it's a close cousin to the Patek Philippe Nautilus. Very cool. Yeah, rubber straps, and it's a Patek. What really struck me with this watch is how thin it is. Look at how thin that guy is. Very impressive. So who needs a Sky Dweller when you've got this green grenade on a wrist? All right, here we have an Omega Seamaster World Timer. This one was just reviewed by the world famous watch celebrity Jenny L. But I know you guys didn't watch that video because you knew I was going to come out with one and review this watch. Well, here it is. It's the Omega Seamaster World Timer. This guy's pretty thick. Beautiful watch. Very unique dial with that world etching in there and Seamaster in that old map font. And here in that same collection is a Omega Seamaster with that blue wave dial and the stainless steel bezel. Look at how the lights are playing off that cool wave dial, blue dial. That's pretty cool, guys. That's the highlight of that watch right there. Here we have a Longines Heritage Legend Diver. Guys, if you're just starting off on this crazy watch collection world, I would highly recommend this watch as one of your first beginner luxury watches. And here we have a Rolex, I think that's a Submariner with a date. This, guys, is one of the new ones. This is a 41 millimeter wide with the 21 wide millimeter bracelet. Here we have two of the heavy hitters for the evening. This one here is a Patek Philippe Calatrava with the yellow gold case, black dial. Man, this thing just screams luxury. Very nice. And its brother over here is the Vacheron Constantin Overseas Chronograph in the black dial. I think the blue dial is the one that's more sought after, but I think that black one will do just fine for my needs. All right, the Patek Philippe Aquanauts kept showing up tonight. Guys, this one here is the Aquanaut Travel Time in rose gold. This one is reference 5164R. Very beautiful watch. And keeping with the gold case theme going on here, with this gentleman is the new Tudor Black Bay 58 with the gold case. They're in that beautiful green dial and the NATO strap. Why the NATO strap? But I guess you'd have to make a gold bracelet and it'd get really expensive. All right, guys, here we have a Parmigiani, a very unique design with that case. Very elegant, very classic design, and just the attention to detail on that dial is just beautiful. So had to throw it in here, fan favorite. And guys, here we have a couple Movados coming up. This one is definitely a vintage Movado. This had an in-house movement. And here's the other Movado. It's a little bit newer. It looks like it was made around the 60s. You can tell by that Movado logo with the fedora hat logo there. Very cool, very elegant, nice silver dial. Here we have a Tourneau. Man, what complication does this watch not have? Oh my gosh, there's everything there, including a moon phase. Oh, neat. Okay, guys, I love this watch. This is one of my favorites of the night. This is a Panerai. This was owned by a watchmaker from the local area. He showed up this evening, and he was wearing his Panerai. And what I loved about it was it's a Panerai, and I loved how thin it was. And it's a GMT, beautiful case back. But look at that leather strap, man. He is using that thing, and I love that. I wish I could just jump over that hurdle and start wearing my watches that way. But this watchmaker, he is just loving that watch. And one of the highlights for me of the evening. So cool. The blue's gone. All right, we also had some pocket watches show up this evening. Here we had a collection of 4. And this one is the back of the case of the Minerva pocket watch that I just showed for a quick second. And just look at how beautiful that movement is. So one thing that all these pocket watches here have in common is that they're chronographs. So very cool. And I know you can get pocket watches a little bit cheaper than some of the vintage wristwatches. They're just not that highly sought after. All right, here we have a Jeju Le Coutra Duo Face Reverso. Here we have it in the medium case. Beautiful blue dial there. And of course, guys, this is called a Reverso for one reason. You can reverse the case. Here the owner is going to go ahead and switch this thing over. Here we have the white dialed side. So this is a unique Reverso because it has those 2 faces of watch dials. Most Reversos only have 1 watch dial, and the other side is just a stainless steel to protect the watch while you're playing polo, which I do on a daily basis. Yes, and here we have a really neat jumping hour feature that the watch has when you're changing time zones, when you land in your G6. Okay, speaking of G6s, well, here's a GS. This is a Grand Seiko limited edition reference. It is a spring drive, and it was limited to the United States only, so that's pretty unique. Most of them are JDM versions. This guy's all right. I'm a little biased. Here is my Seiko Pogue 6139-6005. I mean, this is why you bring these watches to RedBar, just to show them off, because this one is a beauty. And yeah, I guess this Patek Philippe, we can include this. It's a little bit better than my Pogue. Just a gorgeous silver dial on this Patek. All right, congratulations, guys. You've made it to the end of the video, and this is the highlight, one of the most beautiful watches of the evening at RedBar Denver. This, gentlemen and ladies, is the FB Journe Chronometer Optimum. And words can't describe the engineering and the artistry and the design and just everything about this watch. I'll shut up right now. Let's just watch this thing. Before we go any further, I want to say thank you to everyone. We just reached 1,000 subscribers. Very cool. So now I can probably afford a mocha by monetizing my channel. So thank you for that. And guys, keep it going. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video and leave some comments down below. Who do you think had the nicest watch, or what watch impressed you? Because they're all beautiful watches. So yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.